So we know the weather in Vegas doesn't get too harsh in the winter, but that doesn't mean you should totally put off any HVAC maintenance. So right now we have Spencer Wilhelm from Legacy Air joining us in studio with how to maintain it, especially during these cooler months. So Spencer, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
We appreciate it. All right, so we know that dust and dry air and the, temperature swings can put stress on our HVAC system, but why is that?
Well, primarily when you have dust and debris, especially outdoors in your condenser that gets caught up in your filters and in your system, keep in mind this is all pushing air into your home. And the harder it is to push air through your home, the more challenging it is for your system to actually condition that air and get it to the temperature that you want. Stresses components.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So now that it's getting cooler outside, it is fall now, it's actually the good time to check on our system.
Absolutely. It's the best time to do it because coming from a cooling season and going into the heating season, first and foremost, you want to make sure that your furnace actually works and turns on before it gets really cold. But then also you want to make sure that, hey, you don't have any issues with your cooling system going into next season. So perfect time to get checked up.
Definitely. So one thing we're always trying to do is save a little money where we can.
Absolutely.
And furnaces can actually help you do that. How is that?
100%. So your furnace, the blower motor in your furnace, it basically pushes the air through the home. The more efficient that blower motor is, it can help make sure that the system doesn't have to turn on and do a lot of work to recondition that air back to the temperature you want it set at. So more efficient furnaces really help make sure that you're maintaining the most of your money in your home.
That makes sense. Okay, so let's talk about end of season care. So we know our heating units running like crazy during the winter months. So what can we do to extend that lifespan?
Absolutely. One of the biggest things you can do is always make sure you change your filters. That's one of the most common mistakes that we see that can choke a system out. But then also just calling somebody like us, having us come out and do an inspection for you, make sure that there's no cracked heat exchanger, make sure that there's no leaks in your systems. We'll come out and we'll take care of everything and make sure that you're getting the maximum life out of your system. And
you guys have a great deal for that, which we're going to talk about in just a second, but let's finish up with air ducts. I know that a lot of allergens get caught in there.
Absolutely. It is. Air ducts are one of the most overlooked things where think about all of the skin, all of the dust, all of the debris that stays in your duct system. Unless you have it cleaned out by a trained professional or somebody like us, that's all just sitting in there. And unless you change your filters out, that's all just sitting in there. The other thing is, hey, if you have leaks in your duct system, all of that cool air, all of that hot air is going into your attic and you're losing money that way as well.
We don't want either of those things. So Spencer, thank you so much for that. So Legacy Air actually has a great deal going on right now. For $29, you can get an AC furnace, electrical or plumbing tune-up, and a safety inspection. If you would like that number, it's right there on your screen. You can also visit them online at legacyac.com. We'll be right back.